Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the May 1st meeting of the Southampton Village Planning Board. If everybody could silence their cell phones, that would be great. Could I have a motion to open the meeting?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The first item on our agenda is 550 and 554 Hill Street, an application which has been with us a fair amount of time and is now pending SECRA determination by this board.
Make a motion to adopt the negative declaration on the 550, 554 on SECRA.
Second.
A negative declaration has been prepared by council.
Actually, the Nelson Pope and Voorhees has prepared that.
Voorhees. And,
Where is it? I'm looking for it.
what's that?
I'm looking.
Should be on top of here.
Oh, thank you. You got that?
This declaration summarizes the months of analysis and public comment that we have had regarding this application, and concludes that, if I could paraphrase, Kathy, correct me if I'm wrong, that in spite of the fact that this application does not meet certain standards in the main, it is not creating a significant negative environmental impact in any of the standards that New York State applies to an application of this type, a residential application of this type. I know there's been some concern with this board with regard to the impact of this application on the character of the neighborhood and other aspects of this application. But by and large and in the main, there can be little debate that the neighborhood is zoned residential and that the elimination of an industrial use and replacing it with a residence does advance the overall character of the neighborhood towards being what the village plan is, which is to make it a residential area. And there can also be no doubt that the village encourages the planning board to eliminate non-conforming uses and replace them with more conforming uses. Again, the elimination of a 12,000 square foot warehouse and industrial use and extinguishing that use forever is an advancement of the character of the neighborhood. So that's really all my editorializing. Does anybody else have any comments to make?
Yeah, I'd like to look at are we signing a resolution? I'd like to look at the wording of it.
It's what you have right there, it's the
This
negative
is-
declaration.
That's
Yep.
it.
This part? Okay, give me half a second. Not a significant adverse environmental, I agree with that. Additional negative conditions, okay, see attachment part 3. Part 3. Well, I don't believe we're approving anything in part 3. As a board now, we have to get it back as to what it is. The conclusions, wills, arguments that are not before us yet as to what it turns out to be.
That's correct.
And I think Pam's been telling me this for months. I came in the middle of this, there's a lot of history, but it seems to me,
Everybody came in the middle of this, Alan.
the middle's continuous, I understand, but there's a lot that's going to happen when we get it back from the ZBA. So it says here, see attachment part 3, which is brilliant work.
It's that right there. That
based-
says Alan over.
This one right there. And a lot of stuff, it says it will. There's a lot of assumptions as to what will happen, which frankly, we don't know because the ZBA can determine a lot. And in terms of the overall impact, for going from 120 zoning next to 40, which, to the east of this are a lot of 2 and 3 acre spots, not just 1 or 2, but a lot, 4 or 5 or 6 or more to be developed. We're going to have to look at that when the ZBA does its job, and I don't think this record can stand and say some of us are shot in battle or the wheels come off our bus or you're in Spain or something like that, that this board has yet got the ammunition to approve any of it until it comes back from the ZBA. But best as we can tell, to go to less than one residence, I guess, and to get rid of the non-conforming industrial, not commercial, industrial use, that's a gain. And we will have to weigh that seriously for the neighborhood. So I will vote in favor of the neg deck if that stuff is in the record somehow. Council, you have to tell us if it is, because I'm not adopting.
I don't know what you mean by stuff in the record. The record is what you have in your
I
hand.
got this, but it says see attachment part 3 for evaluation.
That's just the evaluation of the
Kathy
secret.
submitted Part 3 last week to you all.
Okay.
But can it be stated for the record, and I think I can speak for the board in saying that in no way does our negative declaration on the SECRA issue indicate our approval or disapproval of any other aspect of this application, save the SECRA determination.
The concept of a 3-lot subdivision.
Yes.
Correct.
So I would like that pointed out in the record, so that should this come back to us, and it will come back to us later, that we are not faced with, well, you said it was okay back then, and now here we are 5 or 6 months later.
Well, you may hear it,
Right.
but that doesn't mean that you have to abide by it.
Okay.
Well, the checks say type 1, and it will not result in significant adverse impacts as proposed with what we've seen. According to the negative deck is issued, that's fine with me, as long as those caveats are real, because there's a lot more at stake as this arises, and I won't recite, you guys all know it as we have
All
a
right, well, I believe
volunteered
it's
100% objection to it from every neighborhood for approximately, every neighbor for approximately 12 years. So it's a community issue that will come back. So there we are. So if the motion's there, I will vote yes or second. I'll make the motion.
I will remake my motion to approve the neg deck on 550, 554 Hill Street.
second.
Seconded.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. The neg deck is approved.
Chairman, if you could sign the second, on the second page of this, there's a place for your signature.
This one's yours, I think.
Above my signature.
We need the one with the stuff attached to it.
Yeah, exactly, so that's the original.
Right here, we say
Here,
name,
title.
signature.
Kathy,
Right
thank you.
here. You're right above Kathy.
Okay. Go to you?
No.
That goes in the file, and then our original.
All right,
Want to
one
mark
down.
that as
The
original?
next item
Huh? I will.
is 410 Ox Pasture Road.
Sorry, reading. Hi, Dean Gomulka, landscape architect.
This with the trees.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Okay.
So, Kathy, the agenda says a public meeting, but it's a public hearing.
This is a public hearing, yes.
So you should announce that, Roy.
This is the public hearing for 410 Ox Pasture Road regarding the landscaping of a flag lot.
So just to go over our plans, this site is heavily landscaped, and we're moving a lot of the existing material out of the building envelope to the perimeter. Beautiful things. It's all crane material, and we're planning on saving everything. And we're adding, as far as the border is pretty much heavily evergreen, where it is not underneath cherry trees and things like that. We're using green giants, Leland cypress, and cryptomerias.
And that's in the main body, but we're really concerned with the flag lot.
And actually, yeah, so on the edge of the hedge, but you really want to protect the surrounding neighbors, and so he's filling in all of where the other trees are, he's filling them in with evergreens. So,
Audrey, has the MTV arborist looked at, the horticulturist looked at this? Is there any questions or issues with it?
not at all.
Thank you, sir. Does anyone in the audience wish to comment upon this application?
I recommend
If
closing
the
and-
board is so inclined, there is a written approval.
Does the tennis court go north-south or
We
east-west?
may have a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Public hearing is closed. Here is
There is a decision in the file approving the application. So if the board is so inclined, you could vote on that this evening.
I commend the applicant for taking steps to preserve these landmark vegetation and trees, and we're happy to see that your client is doing that. Could I have a motion to approve the decision?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's a preserved arboretum. It's a fabulous job to work on. Thank you.
Good. Well, we can-
Thank you for your time.
There's an application in the tennis court section from Jekar SH2 LLC at 2 Pheasant Close South.
I received word from Eris tonight that they are not going to be able to be here, and we had said that this looked good, except for we wanted test hole information to make sure that there was depth of groundwater for the drainage pools. And they've provided that. That was our only comment, otherwise I'd recommend approval.
Yeah, we looked at this at the work session.
Yeah. And there was also
They were just missing the test.
test hole, exactly. So there was also a request, and this was by email, and I didn't print it out, but if the board would consider approving, subject to a written decision this week, because not to be disruptive, and, as the season goes forward.
Get it done before the summer.
Yeah, they're trying to get things going. They're building the house now, so I guess they're starting on the house.
I'm okay with that, Bob.
Yes, appropriate.
Okay, so,
Approve the application subject to the submission by the applicant of a revised map showing, no?
That's the other one.
Okay,
This one is,
two
this is actually the,
Test hole?
yep, no, they have it, yep. They submitted everything that we need for this one.
So what's missing?
So, nothing.
nothing except the written
Okay.
decision, so we'll
Right,
Yeah.
make a motion to
subject to written decision.
approve the 2 Pheasant Close tennis court subject to written decision.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
In the subdivision section, Arjan Punnett, 220 Hampton Road.
There is a written decision in the file approving the final map, which is the same as the sketch plan which was approved back in 2014.
Make a motion to approve the application, the final subdivision map on the John Punnett application.
Again.
Again.
We did this at least once before, right?
Right.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
So, just a little housekeeping. We need the original document for 410 Ox Pasture Road. I have a copy here. Are you keeping track of the votes?
There, no, the 410 is a copy here. That's 410.
Yeah, but this is the actual decision.
And this is 410.
I need the original of the decision.
Ox Pasture Road, I have.
You have an original for the decision of 410?
Is it in the file, Pam?
I
Should
had
be.
a copy.
Pasture Road. 2126.
2126.
Right here. Here's the original.
You have the
And I
original.
need
You need
your
signature.
signature
Right.
on this,
On the back?
on the map. They asked for that. I've got all the originals.
Can't do that.
Discovery Channel took
Well,
forever.
they're supposedly in order, but they're not numbered. Yeah, sometimes that happens too.
No, I don't know. It was a front.
Sometimes that happens.
Decision.
Volunteering.
Pam, that's a decision?
And you decided the decision or no?
No, I signed it. It's just a board member.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
But
we need,
maps, you
and
signed.
then you have the original for Punnett that we just did?
That's all done.
Great, okay. Next, South Plain Properties, 104 Gin Lane.
And we have a resolution.
Is there a
This was the,
resolution to approve the final subdivision?
this was the
Your
little
packet?
wiggle that worked.
And this is the final.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a final wiggle that worked.
Make a motion to approve the resolution of final subdivision on the South Lane Properties LLC, 104 Gin Lane.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
This might be the original.
right.
That was, yeah, that was simple. Thank you, Roy.
Okay, so that's the original of that.
There you go.
No, I got the original.
Why does it say copy on it?
No, but it also doesn't say original. You want it, you can use it, that's fine.
I don't care.
Kathy didn't make them out the same way that we
I
usually
don't have
do.
the stamps.
So,
Okay, Eminent, 276 North Main
I
Street.
don't have a computation this evening for you on the fee, but I've been in contact with the applicant's attorney, and I'll review the matter with him and try and reach a resolution on the fee so that the applicant will know what the amount is, and the board can then have a recommendation from council at the next meeting for approval. So that'd be adjourned for all purposes.
Make a motion at the request of the applicant to adjourn for all purposes the Eminent East Corp. 276 Main Street until the June 5th combo work session public meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 79 Main Street,
There is a written decision in the file approving the application. An affirmative vote on the motion will be to approve the same.
that's this.
This is changing the bar facade and keeping the cesspools. Changing the bar facade and keeping the cesspools.
That's the expansion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we need a motion to vote on that decision.
Make a motion to approve the resolution of site plan approval for the 79 Main Street, Southampton LLC.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
would you send that?
That's a sign.
Just one comment, Roy, on this one.
Yeah.
You want to change the date to today? This one says April 24th.
Yeah, change it today, please.
Yeah, so,
Thank you.
Where's
Pam,
that?
can you mark that at the date, to today's date,
On the 79?
on 79 Main?
It's done.
Okay.
He
Fine, when he signed the map.
No, wait,
No, this is the-
resolution.
79 Main.
This is 79 Main Street. We just did it.
Right, it's right here.
He said
But it does it have the right
Oh,
date
the
on
date.
it? Yeah.
Date.
On the inside.
May not be right on page 2. April is
May 1.
a week early.
Okay. Lot line modification, Chapel Price, 122 South Main Street and 85 Toilsome Lane.
Nobody's here from,
At our last meeting, the board was looking for the file covenants and the full EAF, which we submitted, and we did make some amendments to the plan that was requested by your environmental consultant. So we'd asked the board to schedule a public hearing on this matter. I think we have a complete application.
we have everything we need to review it, as far as it being a complete application. Technically, it's not a complete application until we do SECRA, but it is enough to schedule a public hearing on this matter for June 5th.
for the next
This is
meeting?
the long lot where the backyard's gone
Yes.
over, right? Yeah. Okay.
The next meeting
Good
would
to
be...
go on that, Bob?
What's your...
Yes, that's what we're looking
Okay, make a motion to schedule the Schaffel Price 122 South Main Street and 85 Toilsome Lane for a public hearing on June 5th at the combination work session public meeting.
Thank you.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Site plan review, Beechwood Latch, 101 Monoline Hill Street, has been adjourned till June 5th. 1660 Realty Company at 15 Hill Street, we have not heard from council for that application, have we?
We haven't received
Antoinette,
any.
did you write them a letter?
I'd have to look back, but if you told me to, then I asked the building department.
Oh, no, this is the one across the street.
Yeah.
This is 15 Hill Street, and it's,
This is the one where the,
Tia Lou is the architect.
The architect, right.
So she was going to go to the health
we're
department.
waiting for Board of Health.
But I thought at the
The other one
last
was,
work session,
that's
we
Sigma.
asked Antoinette to write a letter.
That's for, this one, that's for Sigma, it's 16 Hill Street. This is 15 Hill Street across the street on the movie theater side
Okay.
that we're on now.
Both of them are trying to follow Mr. Levinsky's advice as to how to get it right.
So we haven't heard anything.
They're taking a
But we
while to
haven't
do
had
it.
the architect, but she didn't come to the work session, and
No,
she's not
so-
here this evening.
So I guess we have to adjourn it.
And that's a tough job to get Board of Health approval on. It's a mess back there.
She was doing a roof
Okay,
runoff, remember?
so make a motion at the request of the applicant to adjourn for all purposes the 1616 Realty Company
Yep.
at 15 Hill Street.
Second.
Excuse me, Steve, just mention, to make your motion to, in lieu of the applicant's representative being absent,
Okay,
that on behalf of the applicant,
Yeah.
okay,
move to adjourn for all purposes.
okay.
Yeah.
In lieu of the applicant not being present, I make a motion to adjourn for all purposes the 1616 Realty Company at 15 Hill Street.
Second
All
again.
in favor?
Aye.
656 County Road 39A, this is the Buzz Chew application.
This is the washroom.
Yep, there's a resolution in the file as well to approve this application,
Oh, excuse me.
subject to health department permits, but and signing the map.
What a good trade. It's a new washroom for the front parking lot. Car lot.
Make a motion to approve the resolution of
I'm
the
trying to remember what.
site plan
It's a little abstract.
for Buzz Chew at
Parking on the triangle.
656 County Road 39A.
Give a car wash.
Second it?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Oh, here.
Jeff Allen, 51 Pheasant Lane.
Clearing the decks here.
This application, anybody here for, yes, okay. So we didn't receive plans for this. This is 51 Pheasant
Jackie
Lane.
took them from me this morning.
She did, okay.
She did, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the
So
removal
they-
of the fence.
They're in the file then, good.
Yeah, we took the deer fence out of the
Very
plan. The only thing remaining is the pool code fence.
Sure, okay. What's the date? Did they put a revision date on the plan? Because then we can just fill in. I have a drafted resolution ready for this. And then you can just fill it in.
The plan says May 1.
With the
But no,
the
it's
house.
stamped.
Oh, Robert.
That's us.
It may actually be today
Okay.
because I
KER?
saw the problem on Friday afternoon.
Is that the,
This says
yeah, but
November 1.
Who's that prepared by?
2016 is the last one.
that's by Nathan Corwin.
Nathan Corwin.
So this resolution said it's plans prepared by Michael Berenger. Is there
Yeah.
plans in there by Michael or no?
Yeah.
Give it back.
Oh, good. We'll open it up and give it back. Give it up, you got that.
So I brought them. You need plans from Michael Barringer also? Or
Yeah,
just?
saying to remove the notes,
We
yes.
did, I brought them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she didn't take them from me this morning.
Okay.
We weren't sure if we needed them or not.
Okay.
But yes,
Just look at the revision
he
date on
changed
those.
these, yeah.
Okay.
And the Buzz Chews.
It wasn't a plan.
It was a survey. That was a survey, right?
There wasn't anything attached to the,
Page
Usually
3
they don't
reflects
have things
the,
attached
just the pool fence now.
Yeah.
What's the
Okay.
date on that, Kat?
This is revised today, May 1st. So that was my only comment, so good to go otherwise, that resolution.
Pam, you have one?
I got the original.
Okay, great.
Okay, if you could just hand those to Antoinette. Sure. Thank you.
Make a motion to approve the resolution on site plan for 51 Pheasant Lane.
Just sign it.
Second.
All in-
No, sign
Sign
it.
it. Please sign it. That's now kosher.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Where is the little place? I'll just sign it up here.
Wherever you want. Pretty much. I'm going to steal this.
You got it.
Thank you. No, that's not that.
This?
This.
If you want, you can take my
Oh,
copy.
you got it. You own it. I got more over there.
Thank you very much.
Here's that.
Okay. Sigma 2 LLC, I guess, responded to our letter and request to withdraw the
Without
application.
prejudice.
Yeah. I think they ran into the health department roadblock.
Yeah, because they were doing more than you could do
Yeah.
routinely.
Yep.
Such a approval is appropriate.
Do we need a motion or to do anything with
Yes,
that vote?
motion to approve applicant's request to withdraw without prejudice.
So moved.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
all without prejudice, that's good.
Moving down Pheasant Lane to number 61.
February 28.
No yawning, Alan.
No yawning.
Oh, no,
This is-
Walker's a man of many words, I'm all set.
Don't weaken, right?
It's all set, it's a great life if you don't weaken. You're absolutely right.
And like,
Nice to see you're still an asshole.
just approve this.
Same with you. Okay.
Excuse me.
Jim Walker from InterScience, and I have Steve Santabria here from Fleetwood McMullen. This is 61 Pheasant Lane. The board discussed that, I believe, at the
Work
session. And we changed the fence on the driveway to 4 feet so that it doesn't cause a problem with the code. The board should also be aware that the architect has been going to the ARB, and we have a series of changes in the plans. The plan that's in front of you is from Tim Rumpf, and basically the changes that we'd like to tell you about is we put a double row of planting along the south property line to mitigate the view into this property from this neighbor. We pushed the driveway down, and we made the plantings on the north property line more private, and we turned the house so that the concern of the adjoining property owner that the house was oriented towards this neighbor has been mitigated. We stay out of the wetland setbacks. We're at 125 feet with the wetland setback, and we've done a lot of things to make the project more acceptable to the village, and we're hoping that you could waive the public hearing and move to approval. The board should be aware that the ARB is actively reviewing this, and Steve is going to go and present it on the 8th.
Yeah, we're really here for the flag lot, and if, as long as they've been in front of the ARB and they're making mitigating changes for the neighbors, I don't see why we have to have another public hearing on top of that public hearing.
I think the flag lot issues and the privacy planting issues are impressive. Mr. Wittich has been very cooperative in making those plan revisions.
It's a very robust plan as far as the landscaping plan goes. It's got a lot of variety and
Have the neighbors weighed in with the ARB?
Yes. They objected to certain things, so we made those changes that I just walked you through. Steve can talk about that if you have specific questions, but basically, property owner was concerned that the house was looking right into the property, so they turned the house, they moved it, they changed the driveway, they beefed up the privacy plantings here, but mostly they doubled all the privacy plantings on the south property line. They're evergreen plantings, they're large, and they're going to work with the neighbors. The neighbor has a 15 or 18-foot high privet hedge, and the neighbor was concerned that we're going to kill the privet hedge. So the privacy plantings were widened up and moved a little bit, and then a variety of evergreen plantings were proposed to address her concerns. Those are the things that were done. Steve is here.
We also do have 2 letters of support from the 2 easterly neighbors. We did contact all the neighbors just to try to mitigate any issues before we got to the ARB. One of them did not, all the neighbors directly in contact with the property. One of the neighbors did not return our reaching out. 2 did give us letters of support, and the other one we're working with to try to deal with the issues of that on that side.
And Kathy, you're good with this?
Normally, we request a public hearing, but for good cause shown and the fact that this is presently being duplicated by the 2 boards, I would say that there's enough of an exception shown here that the board could vote on approval of this without a scheduled public hearing.
Make a motion to approve the 61 Pheasant Lane site plan for flag lot landscaping without a public hearing and pursuant to a written decision? No written decision?
Subject to a subsequent written decision.
Subsequent to a written decision.
What's the date of the last map?
The last map is probably dated today.
I think it's today, yeah.
Oh, you know.
What's the date?
And then according to the map dated May 1st, 2017.
May 1,
But that's
2017.
not, that's ours. We need we need the date on the map.
The date on that, I got it.
It's May 1st.
It's May 1st.
May 1st, it's May 1st. Same day.
We delivered 10 sets of the plans to the village office this afternoon.
Do I have a second for that motion?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'll get a decision on that, Kathy.
Thanks.
2 more,
Actually, they should be withdrawn, Antoinette. The memos have been submitted to the file by council approving the proposed covenants and declarations on both applications.
The last 2.
Oh, okay.
So these just come off?
Drawn?
Yes. No, it's been approved.
But take them off.
Take them off the
And we don't have to do anything with them?
agenda. You don't need any action on it.
Good night.
The mind games.
well, we got a lot of work done
Yeah,
tonight.
Jackie is looking for as many minutes approvals as possible.
Okay.
I didn't do last,
That's
I didn't
good.
review last week, but did everybody else?
But all the other ones are out, yeah.
I'm good for February and March. And maybe April, but I'm not 100%.
April 3rd, I did send you guys.
I think
Have
I
it.
saw April.
So minutes approval then for February 27 and March 6, 2017.
So moved.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I'll get to the 24th tomorrow.
The next meeting of this board will be on June 5th, which is a combined work session public hearing, which will commence at 5:30 here. If there's no further business, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Certainly may.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.